Now I want to shift gears and dovetail, again, all of this information that we're going to be covering here. This caller today called in to the Todd and Don show that's on News Radio 590 KLBJ in the morning, and I was driving into work and heard this, and I've heard similar things over and over and over again. And it mirrors what the woman said in Terror Storm in London, where she said, I want to give up my liberty for freedom. And they say, well, if you don't have anything to hide, let the government spy on you. Well, why do we have, without warrants, why do we even have a Magna Carta, a Bill of Rights, a Constitution? Why do we even have due process? Why do we even have property rights? Why do we have a Fourth Amendment? Why do we have any of this? It's to protect us from a criminal government. The government now wants to be able to secretly arrest you for no reason and have the military literally take you to a FEMA camp. That's in the Violent Belligerence Act. But it says not for violence, for any reason they deem. And it's secret. The great danger, as Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, Thomas Paine explained to us, was corrupt government. So here's this woman, Connie, calling in, saying, I believe the FBI should be able to just do whatever they want and not have warrants. The Constitution's bad. We need to get rid of it to keep us safe. She doesn't understand our government's now run by a bunch of crooks, and that's why the founders put the Bill of Rights there. If she doesn't like that, she should leave America. Because it's America that was so special. We were just more real estate, more dirt. But we had a freer system that empowered the individual, that empowered liberty. So let's go ahead and start this clip. Here it is.
You don't want the FBI to search your computer?
No, I really don't.
Okay.
I really don't.
Connie, you're on KLBJ. Good morning.
Especially since I remembered a couple things. Yeah. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes.
I just was making a comment on the FBI being able to come and get your computer and go through it if they think you know there's something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
If you have nothing to hide, you should be glad they're doing that because they're trying to protect you. And I think we use the Constitution and whatever just to help the terrorists, and that's stupid. We should be helping America and let them come in and let them do what they need to do to catch these terrorists.
So sacrifice your freedom?
All right, we're going to come back from break and play the whole clip unedited, but I just want to point out, again, this is America. We have a Bill of Rights and Constitution. We elect judges. We elect sheriffs. We elect city councils and county commissioners and state house legislators and congressmen and women, senators. That's why the police can't become their own power. That's what's happened to every third world country, in Nazi Germany and Soviet Russia. They do become their own power. And then they rob and loot and take over the society for the special interests they serve. You've got to go to a judge under those rules and show your evidence or your probable cause that there's something going on.
So you don't want the FBI to search your computer?
No, I really don't.
Okay.
I really don't.
Connie, you're on KLBJ. Good morning.
Especially since I remembered a couple things. Yeah. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes.
I just was making a comment on the FBI being able to come and get your computer and go through it if they think you know there's something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
If you have nothing to hide, you should be glad they're doing that because they're trying to protect you. And I think we use the Constitution and whatever just to help the terrorists, and that's stupid. We should be helping America and let them come in and let them do what they need to do to catch these terrorists.
So sacrifice your freedoms?
It's a freedom. Would you rather be killed by the terrorists? I mean, it's serious.
Well, that's how I feel about airport security. Anytime.
Go ahead and finish your question.
It wasn't a question.
Would somebody rather be killed by a terrorist than sacrifice their freedoms?
Right.
I'd like to hear you throw that question at a few soldiers.
Look, I think that the soldiers are fighting at a deficit. In other words, we have all these little laws that are helping the terrorists, and we need to make it so that they're safer and let the government go and check all these bad people. Good grief. You know, it's people that are so naive about life, and they think, oh, my freedom's going to be obstructed. Well, if you don't have anything to hide, what do you care?
Thank you, Connie. Appreciate it.
I agree with Connie in many instances. Anytime I see anybody
I don't agree with her at all.
I mean, how could you agree with her? I mean, I guess the founding fathers are idiots, and Connie, who can barely talk, she's an expert, but she represents that 30% or so in the polls who like the naked body scanners. And the government lies and says, we're not recording it, we can't see your genitals, and now they admit they are recording it. They are seeing your genitals. It is a body scan for passive cameras to be used on the streets to look through your clothes and know your identity. I mean, you know, just let them secretly arrest us. Let them round up and put a bag over the head of whoever they want. And she thinks the terrorists are these men in caves. But if you read all the government documents, Connie, the terrorists are listed as the American people. The terrorists are us. The terrorist, this entire system is designed to oppress the American people. You say, protect America. Connie, have you noticed who's looting the country? Have you noticed who's taking all of our liberties and freedoms, Connie? Have you noticed who's looting trillions of dollars? Have you noticed all the oppression that's happening and all the new taxes and how taxes go up, but government services go down? I mean, Connie, they told us NAFTA and GATT was going to be great, but their plan was to deindustrialize us, a post-industrial society. That's stated. Hey, Connie, do you really believe they want to save you by taxing carbon dioxide that you exhale, or do you think the big banks want to rape you financially? I mean, what does it take, Connie, for you to stop being such a sheeple, for you to stop being somebody who is so incredibly trusting of the system? What is your problem, Connie? Sometimes it just gives me a headache. It actually gives me a headache to listen to someone like her who just is ready to give up all of the freedoms that our forefathers fought and died for, that made this country so special, that made this nation so wonderful. And it's all being dismantled. Our country is being converted 100% to the greatest tyranny ever seen on the globe. And there are so many weak-minded, wanting, sheeple-like people that really think the nanny states cares. Lady, why don't you read online? It's free online. Just search ecoscience. You can find it online. Search full text of ecoscience and read how they put stuff in your water to sterilize your fat hind end. Why don't you grow up and research that governments killed 200 million people last century alone?